Great. Perfect. Okay, so I think that we have everybody online, and hopefully everyone can hear us, and we've done our audio checks with everyone, so they should be able to hear you as well, Frank. So to get started, first of all, everyone, welcome to the winners webinar for the European AstroPi Challenge 2018-2019. My name is Elena Bartolini. I work for the ESA Education Office, and I'm here with my colleagues Elsa Sanchez and Vicky Hall. And we're here at the European Space Technology and I always forgot up. European Space Research and Technology Center. We're here in the Netherlands, and Frank is joining us from the European Astronaut Center at EAC in Cologne, Germany. And here at ESTNT is where most of our space projects are born, so this is where a lot of the satellites are built that we send to space. And a lot of our technicians, researchers, and engineers working here. And at EAC, maybe Frank can tell you a little bit more about that, but that's where all of our astronauts are training. So today is a very special day. We're celebrating the completion of the Teams for Mission Space Lab for the AstroPi Challenge 2018-2019. And we have some of our exciting questions coming up for Frank. So to all of our teams that are joining us right now, congratulations to all of you. And thanks for being with us here today. So just to give a brief introduction, all of you know as you competed in the competition, but we're going to have others watching this online so that they know a little bit more about what each of you have participated in this year. The European AstroPi Challenge is an ESA education project, and it's run in collaboration with the Raspberry Pi Foundation. It offers students and young people the amazing opportunity to conduct scientific investigations in space by writing computer programs that run on Raspberry Pi computers on board the International Space Station. In Mission Space Lab in particular, this is the more advanced mission, and this is where students up to 19 years old are challenged to create, design, and program their own experiment to run on the ISS. So now let's connect with Frank to find out more about some of his experiences in space. So Frank, I'll turn over to you for a brief introduction.
Yeah, thank you very much. So first of all, congratulations to everybody that I see so many young people on the screen that have done amazing work to have their experiments fly or that will fly on the space station. I have had the privilege and the pleasure to fly twice to the International Space Station. One in 2002, which was a short mission of 10 days, but the second time for 6 months I was floating in space, looking to our wonderful planet below, and of course doing a lot of science, doing a lot of experiments. And after that, now I'm here in the European Astronaut Center, where I'm working with a lot of our younger astronauts from all over Europe, the UK, from Germany, Alexander Gerst, Matthias Bauer, from France, Tomás, from Denmark, Andy Morgus, from Italy, Luca Farmitano. We will fly in 1 month from now, actually, on the day of the moon landing. He will launch with the American and the Russian colleague, also for 6 months, to the International Space Station. And of course, with Samantha Cristoforetti, that is actually currently training in what we call an analog, the simulated space mission. She is 40 meters under the sea in Florida, under the water in Florida, and she's training for future moonwalks, because as you know, we will go forward to the moon. Our next program is to go back to the moon, and I hope that some of you will be able to work on the moon program, and maybe some of you will even work on the moon. So that is at least our objective for the next 20 to 30 years, to have a European woman or a European man walking on the moon, and it would be, of course, fantastic.
Great, thanks so much for that introduction. So today we have 11 teams joining us, and each of them are going to ask 2 questions. So we're going to go around to each of them one at a time, and they'll be asking their 2 questions in succession. So to start off, we are going to have Team Ventina Aerospace. So I'll just give a moment for our technician to unmute you. And then Team Ventina Aerospace from Greece, you can go ahead and ask your first question to Frank. I think we might be having an issue with Team Ventina. They might have disconnected. So what we can do is we'll skip them for the moment and go on to the next team, and we'll come back to them hopefully when we have them reconnected again. So let's go on to Team Apple Pie from Poland. I'll just give a moment to unmute. And Team Apple Pie from Poland, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, we are Team Apple Pie from Poland. Here is Przemek, Marek, Kinga, Tomek, Damian, and our teacher, this is Agata Rapsztyn. And we have two questions. The first question is, do astronauts feel danger that the space station would be damaged?
Do we feel danger? Of course, when you fly into space, it's a risky business. Everybody knows that. Of course, astronauts are very well aware of that. But it's not something that you feel or that you're busy with every single day, because otherwise you would not be able to work anymore. Of course, during certain periods of the flight, you're more aware of the danger. The launch, for example, if you sit on top of a rocket that is full of fuel and that will launch you with incredible accelerations to space, of course, there is a lot of tension. But this is good because you get some adrenaline in your blood. That makes you think fast and you stay more alert, you can react faster, so that's actually very good. But of course it cannot turn into fear, because if you're afraid, then you make erratic decisions, you make wrong decisions, you don't know what to do anymore, you start panicking, so that is something that you cannot do as an astronaut. So are we aware of the danger? Of course we are. Do we think about it every day? Certainly not.
Thanks very much, Frank. And we'll continue with Apple Pie from Poland. If you can go ahead and ask your second question.
So the second question is more personal. If you were to choose your professional path again, would you still want to be an astronaut?
Absolutely. I think, at least for all the astronauts that I know and that are in the current course today, we very much like the profession that we have chosen. Again, I was an engineer and a pilot before, and I also like that profession very much. So if I would not have become an astronaut, I would also have been very happy. But I'm very happy that I had the chance to fly twice to space, and I'm very happy that I'm now the boss of the astronauts, because a director general once told us that the best job in the European Space Agency is to be an astronaut. And the second best job is to be the boss of the astronaut. So I can do both, so I'm very happy, of course. And by the way, we have one of, because I was talking about Samantha being underwater, we have one of the young graduate trainees here, a young lady, Dorota from Poland, that has actually been instrumental in organizing and building some new technologies that we will use in the future on the moon, and she has been working here in the center for 2 years as well. So that's very good as well to see that also our younger member states in ESA like Poland start really contributing to the success of the agency.
Great, thank you very much, Frank, and thank you to our team from Poland for your questions. So now I think we have our first team back online. This should be Team Ventina Aerospace. If you can go ahead and ask your first question to Frank. Team Ventina, are you able to hear us? Hello. You can go ahead and ask your question. So just to repeat the question there, because we couldn't hear very well, the question from them is, when did you decide that you would like to become an astronaut?
Well, I decided to become an astronaut when I was in the last year of the middle schools, 16, 18 years old. There was a lot of discoveries in space at that moment, black holes, supernovas, all these kind of things that interests me very much. And so at that stage I was very interested in space, and then a couple of years later I was studying as an engineer and a pilot in university, and the space shuttle flew for the first time at that time. So when I saw this massive rocket flying to space as an aircraft, and I wanted to be a pilot and an engineer, I thought I once want to fly an aircraft or a spacecraft like that as well. I never flew with the shuttle, but I had a chance to fly twice with the Soyuz. Much smaller, but still very happy that I could fly to space.
Thank you very much. Team Vincina, you can now ask your second question. Team Vincina, can you hear us?
The most impressive experiment that I performed. It's very difficult to judge for an astronaut, because if the scientists that would listen in, for which I did more than in total 100 or 200 experiments, they would of course not like it that I would say one or the other experiment, because they would all be jealous with each other. But of course there were the experiments where you yourself the subject, and as a pilot, for example, where you have to do flying tasks that we did in 3D space, for example. That was a very enjoyable experiment for me. And then of course you also have the complex experiments where you have to install a lot of equipment, for example, for material science in the material science lab. That was very, very difficult to do. Of course, that gives you a lot of satisfaction. But at the end, all the science that we do on the space station is good, and it's not for the astronauts to judge what is the best or not. It's really the scientists that are knowing everything what we are doing on board of the space station.
Thank you very much for your questions, Team Bettina. We're now going to move on to Team Torricelli. So I'll just give a moment for our technician to unmute you. And Team Torricelli, go ahead with your first question.
So we are Vittorio, Gabriele, Antonino, Antonino, Francesco. We are from Italy. We also study IT. And our first question is, when you look out of the windows of the ISS and you see that, what are your thoughts about the human behaviors?
It's a very good question, and of course we cannot be very proud of our human behavior, I would say, if you look from above on the planet. There are two things that you notice as an astronaut, and it's all the astronauts say that, and it's not because we talk to each other or it's a cliche. It's really because it's a very powerful impression that you get. The first one is that our planet is extremely beautiful, but also extremely vulnerable. We are a very, very small, tiny dot at the outskirts of a galaxy in one of the billions of galaxies in this universe. And it's the only place where we can live. And you all know very well that with all the carbon emissions that we are doing today and polluting our planet, that we are not taking very good care of it. So this is certainly somewhere where human behavior, but also advanced technology, needs to help us in taking better care of our only spaceship that we have, where 7 billion people can live. We can live with 6 astronauts on the space station, but we cannot live with 7 billion people in outer space. So this is one thing. The second thing is even, I would say, more disturbing, and certainly gives you even a worse impression of humanity. When you look from outer space to our planet, you see that borders does not exist. There are borders between Italy and Switzerland and France and whatever. But when you look from space, you cannot see these borders. They just do not exist. Borders or imaginary lines that people have drawn on a map 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 50 years ago, God knows when we had drawn those borders. But now we are keeping fighting over them every single day, and people lose their lives every single day just over a couple of lines that we have drawn on a map some time ago. And it's really very disappointing to see that we cannot have people better living together in space. And sometimes I think that some of the leaders in the world that instigate these issues or these border problems or the wars, that we should send them all together to space, and maybe we will get another perspective of our planet.
Okay, thank you. Team Torricelli, you can go ahead with your second question. Hold on just a moment, Team Torricelli, we can't hear you. We'll have the technician unmute you. Can you try to speak for us for a moment? Okay, we can't hear you. So what we'll do is skip this question and come back to it in a moment so that hopefully we can fix your audio, okay? Okay, great. Oh, now we can hear you. You can go ahead with your second question.
Okay, we would like to know your opinion about the presence of private citizens on the space station.
It's an interesting question, and it's certainly something that is going to continue to evolve. I had a private citizen during my second flight, Guy Liberté from Cirque du Soleil was on our flight for 10 days. In principle, this is certainly not a problem, and I think that it's high time that indeed we start having more people flying to space, and that we can have a more economy built in low Earth orbit and into space. Imagine that if the planes, for example, airplanes, would still be in the hands of governments and only professional pilots would fly. None of the people could go on a city trip or could go on holidays, or all the business transportation in the world would be totally different. So it's highly time that we slowly go into this transition where more and more people can fly to space. Of course, for the International Space Station, it has been a public investment of the member states, so we need to make sure that while we are doing that, professional astronauts can continue to use the International Space Station for technology development, research, and whatever. So it's a transition period that we are in today. As always, transition periods are difficult. As always, transition periods have problems, but they also create a lot of opportunities. So I would like to look this more in the sense of opportunities and see how we can maximize the opportunities that these commercial flights will offer also for the space agencies.
Thank you very much, Team Torricelli, for your questions. We're now going to move on to Team Les Robotiseurs. We'll just wait a moment for the technician to unmute you.
Okay.
And please go ahead with your first question.
What is the schedule of the day in the ISS?
The schedule of the day in the ISS is pretty much like your schedule at school, I would say. Basically, you get up in the morning, you have to brush your teeth, you have to have breakfast, you need to mentally prepare for the day of work, and then you have what is called the daily planning conference. So you talk to the ground and to say, okay, what everything are we going to do for the day? And then you execute the plan, like you have lessons scheduled, maybe the first hour math, and then maybe French, and then maybe another language, and then maybe geography. So there it's the same. It's of course not lessons, but it's tasks that you need to do, and you do one task after the other. And by the evening, when you're finished, you have another planning conference with the ground around 7:30 again. So our day runs from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the evening, and then in the evening you're free. You can have dinner with your friends on board of the space station. You can do some email. You can today there's internet, so you can read a little bit on the internet. You can tweet, as you have seen now, our young astronauts, they tweet now from orbit on Twitter, and then it's time to go to bed and sleep and start preparing for the next day.
Okay, team de Robotación, you can go on with your second question.
What is the hardest part of an astronaut training and why?
La siguiente pregunta ya nuestra.
I think this is very individual. For me, as I said, I'm an engineer. I was very bad in learning languages. I'm from Belgium, Flanders, so my native language is Dutch. But since I became an officer in the military, I had to learn French, which was very difficult for me. Then I wanted to become a pilot, and I had to study English, which was a little bit easier, but still not very easy. But then in order to become an astronaut and fly on the Soyuz, I had to learn Russian. And I can tell you, if you're 40 years old and you have to start learning a new language, and every evening you have to study letter by letter, the new words and the new language, for hours and hours in a row. We had 4 hours of Russian language classes per day in the beginning. It was very, very hard for me. But for other people, sometimes it's different. I have some of my young astronauts that are very good in languages, and for them that is not a problem, but maybe they have problems in other fields. Some of our young astronauts now are starting to learn Chinese, because in the future we also want to fly to the Chinese space station. So learning Russian is not easy, but learning Chinese is still a little bit more difficult, I'm sure. So there are many difficult parts in training, but the lesson here to be learned, if you're motivated, and if you really want to achieve something, and if you really want to do something, it doesn't matter how difficult it is. Because when you're motivated, you will be able to do it, and that is the lesson to be learned here.
Great, thank you so much, Frank, and thank you, Team de Robotación. We'll now move on to Team Go Pi Go from Spain. So we'll just wait a moment for the technician to unmute you. Team Go Pi Go, can you try and speak for us?
Good afternoon.
Great, please go ahead with your first question.
We are Go Pi Go team from IESTNT, Navarro, Albacete, Spain. My name is Carmen.
Marcos,
Antonio.
Elena. Celia.
Luis,
Lola. And the first question is, as head of the European Astronaut Center, what would you advise a student seeking a potential future in ESA as engineers or even astronauts?
Yeah, so thank you very much for the question. First of all, I would like to say that my best friend in the European Astronaut Corps was from Spain, Pedro Duque. He's actually now a minister in Spain of science, but I still regularly exchange WhatsApp messages with him, so he still remains my best friend. So, what can I advise people to become astronauts or to work as engineers? First of all, is to choose a profession that you like. Because in ESA, what we are looking for is people that are excellent in their domain of expertise. And certainly as astronauts, it does not matter if you are a geologist like Alexander Gerst, or an engineer like Pedro Duque, or a pilot like myself, or engineers like Andreas Mogensen. We look for people that are very good in their job. And in order to be good in your job, you need to choose a profession that you like, because then automatically you will study well, you will spend a lot of time in it, you will excel in what you're doing, because it's not only a job, it's also a hobby. And that is the most important. And certainly when we recruit people as well in ESA, it's something that we look for. Are people really motivated? Are people really happy with what they are doing? Because people that are happy with the profession that they are doing because they like what they are doing, make much better employees for ESA, or make much better astronauts. So first of all, choose a profession that you like. That is the most important thing.
Okay, and Team Go Pi Go, please go on with your second question.
the second question is, what struck you the most during the Expedition 21?
What struck me the most, okay, the two things from our planet we already discussed, the vulnerability of our planet and the fact that there are no borders. But beyond that, I would say the friendship and the camaraderie that we had within our expedition crew. We were lucky to have representatives from all the partner agencies, so we had Japanese, Russians, Americans, Canadians, and myself, Belgian, European, on board the space station. And despite the fact that we came from very different countries with very different backgrounds, with very different cultures, we were a very, very close team, and we were able to execute all the tasks that were given to us within the timeline and within schedule, and to great satisfaction of the ground. And the fact that you can build a team like that, and that you can have this friendship on board of the space station, which actually lasts till today, because it was about 10 years ago that I launched to space, and we are actually celebrating my 10-year space flight, or our 10-year space flight of Expedition 21, I should say, this Friday in Belgium, and my colleagues are all coming down to Belgium to celebrate together, and so this is, I think, something that will stay with me forever as well.
Thanks very much, and congratulations on the anniversary. Our next team is going to be the Happy Pie from Poland. So we'll just give a moment for the technician to unmute you. The Happy Pie from Poland, can you please try and say something?
Sure. So, hi everyone. We are the Happy Pie from Poland, and here to communicate with you, and our first question is, wait a second, please. So, after coming back from space, how long did it take before you got used to catching things after letting go of them?
This actually happens very quickly, because you just landed and you sit in the capsule, and what you realize is that lifting something that is not that heavy, for example, your flight data with your procedures, which of course you can lift like anything here on this table, you're not able to lift this anymore, because your brain does not give the signals to your muscles for the force that is needed to lift that. Everything seems extremely heavy. But because this is so strong, and then this feedback loop is so strong, your brain adapts actually very quickly to that. So being able to catch something, I would not say it's immediate, but it's certainly a matter of hours, or certainly not more than a day. What is much more difficult is to keep your balance when you're back, because that requires much more, I would say, capabilities from all your sensors and your muscles and your brain. So it takes a couple of days before you can walk again normally. It takes a week before you can run, and it takes about 3 weeks before you can ride a bicycle again, because your system is not able to keep very well balanced in the beginning.
Okay, Team Happy Pie, go on with your second question.
Okay, so the second thing we wanted to know is, what are the things that attract your attention the most when looking at the Earth from space?
So this comes back a little bit to the questions that we had before, so I will not repeat all the answers. Of course, as I said, the vulnerability of our planet, and the fact that it's so fragile in this immense universe is certainly one. The fact that there are no borders and that we keep fighting over them is certainly something else. Another phenomenon that is very interesting to observe from space that you don't expect at all is thunderstorms. If you are here on the planet and you have a thunderstorm, okay, from time to time you see a lightning strike, and that happens from time to time. When you look from space on above, as a matter of fact, you see horizon to horizon about 4,000 kilometers, a circle of 4,000 kilometers, so it's very large. And what we don't realize when we're on the ground, that thunderstorms are very seldom used alone, just a thunderstorm. Usually there are cells of thunderstorms. And so when the first time you see a thunderstorm from orbit, basically what you're thinking is that you see is fireworks, because you see lightning strikes every single second. It's just those sparks. And so this whole sky continuously lights up like you have a firework going on. And that is in the beginning very impressive. I didn't even know what it was. me what we were looking at, because you see this only during the night, of course. During the day it's not that obvious, but when you have a thunderstorm mixed cell like that during the night, it's really extremely spectacular to see.
Okay, thank you very much, Happy Pie, for your questions. We're now going to move on to Team Astro Russell from Italy. So just give a moment. And Astro Russell, go ahead with your first question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, we are Astro Russell team from London. And here are the questions. What was your dream for your future when you were a child?
Well, when I was a child, I was very interested in mechanics. I was very interested in engineering. I wanted to build things. I wanted to make things. So I always wanted to become an engineer, and it's also how I oriented my studies in the humanities, studying math, studying physics, studying science, and then later on in my university career as a telecommunications engineer and a civil construction engineer. So that has always been my interest, and it's still today my interest. I want to build things. I want to make things work. So that is my child dream in that respect has not changed, and I've been very lucky that throughout my career in the Air Force, but also here in the European Space Agency, I can continue to do that. And now I'm helping to build the future lunar exploration program. We are thinking about the Gateway, building command posts around the space station. Here outside our building at ESC, we are going to build a hall with more than 1,000 square meters of surface that will simulate the moon, and where we can build new technologies to do spacewalks on the moon, to build things on the moon. If you just ask me what is my childhood, it's making things work and building things, and that's what I'm trying to do today.
Okay, Team Astro Russell, please go ahead with your second question.
Well, my most exciting space mission was, of course, the second mission that I did, 6 months on orbit. What were some of the most exciting moments? Maybe two of them. One was when we had the HTV vehicle. It was the Japanese cargo vehicle that flew to space for the first time, and we had to grapple it in the middle of space, and we had 99 seconds to perform that operation. And so it was really also on board an international endeavor, because the robot arm in which we had to do that was operated by Nicole Scott. She was an American. The arm itself, of course, was Canadian. The vehicle was Japanese. I was the operator of the vehicle and the space station, and had to command the space station and the vehicle, which was as a European. Then we had a safety officer, which was Bob Thirsk, which was a Canadian. And all of these operations we did under the commandership of a Russian commander. So you see that international cooperation in the ISS is not just a word, it's something that you do every day and every single operation. And of course this HTV capture, which was the first ever done in history, was of course a very tense moment, and was certainly one of the most difficult things that we did. The other exciting part was not so spectacular, but it was of course unexpected. I had to exchange a computer from one of our fridges on board of the space station, the Malfi. It's an 80-degree freezer where we freeze all our scientific samples, and computers in space get hot. There is not the gravity, so the air that normally comes out of a computer that goes up because of the lack of gravity, because hot air is lighter than cold air. In space it does not happen because there is no gravity, so the computers are put on what we call cold plates, so and metal plates in which we circulate cold water so that we can keep the computer cool. And I had to replace it, so I had to replace also the cold plate. And when I disconnected one of the water supplies to that computer, basically the procedure was not done correctly, and the valve malfunctioned. and all the water started spraying out. So there I was in the middle of the space station with kind of a garden hose with water spraying out, with all connectors and 110 volts around me. And that was a kind of a scary moment. So of course I cried for help for my teammates, and I hold the garden hose up to me. And in a very short time, 10-15 seconds, I was completely in a bowl of water floating around from all this water that came out of the water loop. By that time, luckily they could shut down the valve, the water stopped flowing, and then my crewmates were there with a lot of towels to kind of contain the water and dry me up. But if you're floating in a bowl of water with a lot of electrical connectors around you, this is not a happy moment of your life, I can tell you.
Okay, you just scared all of us. Thank you so much to Team Master Russell for your questions. So now we're going to move on to Team Space Fun, and I believe we have two of the teachers here with us because unfortunately the students are doing their final exams. So first up, we just wanted to say good luck to all the students, and we're sorry that they can't be with us, but the teachers are going to ask the questions on their behalf. So please go ahead with your first question.
Yes, thanks very much for that. So this is from Tomás, Victor, Simon and Lucas, who are taking their exam right now. So the first question is, do you think humans could live their entire lives one day or on another planet such as Mars? And do you think it would be visible technically, psychologically and physically?
It's very dangerous to predict the future because people that are much more intelligent than me have predicted at the time that when the first computers were built that probably with the 5 computers they could run the entire United States of America. And so we see what computers technology has brought us by now. Will we be able to do that one day? I'm sure that one day we will be able to do that. Will it be soon? I'm sure it will not be soon as well, because there is a lot of technology challenges that we need to have for that. But if, as a human species, we want to survive, in any case, we have no chance, because in 5 billion years from now, the sun will be so big that basically it will come about to where our planet Earth is now. And so before that, we will certainly be grilled to death by the sun and by the radiation. So if we want as human species to survive, we will have to learn to do that. Now 5 billion years is a lot of time, so we are not in a hurry, we don't need to do it tomorrow. So let's go step by step, and that is why I think the program that ESA now has to first go back to the moon and learn how we can in short periods live on the moon, and then in longer and longer periods live on the moon is extremely important.
Okay, Space On, please go on with your second question.
Do you still feel any side effects after your space mission?
No, I don't feel any side effects anymore. You might have read that in the press that we have certain permanent effects that are happening on astronauts that fly to space. You might see that I'm wearing funny glasses. They are green. Nothing to do with the color, but I like different colors, so that's part of my identity, I would say. But I wear the glasses because indeed I was one of the astronauts that served of this famous eye problem that we have on the space station, where we see that the acuity or the accuracy which we can see has an influence because of the space missions, and some people recover after their flight, some don't. So my eyesight, for example, has changed because of my long duration space mission.
Thank you for your questions, Team Space Fun. We're now going to move on to Team Fire Watchers from Portugal. So we'll just give a moment for the technician to unmute you.
Hello. We are Team Fire Watchers from Portugal. I'm also Tomás. And our first question is, what is the selection criterion and process for astronauts?
So the selection criteria you can find on our website. If you Google European Astronaut Center, there is a link there to say being psychologically fit. If you live with 6 people from different cultures in a very small environment for 6 months, you don't need to have, as we say in English, a short fuse. You need to be able to stay calm, to stay flexible, to work with other people. If somebody says something wrong to you, you don't need immediately to go to have an explosion, an emotional explosion. So you need to be emotionally very stable. So the psychological profile is very important, and then of course you need to have sufficient education. So you need to have a master's degree, or you need to be a medical doctor, or a scientist, or a pilot, for example. So these are the criteria, and the process is, well, when we do a new astronaut selection, and we will probably start one next year, we announce this to the entire European community, and people can enter their application via a website, and then we gradually do first the easy tests. For example, have the people a master's degree? If you don't have a master's degree, okay, you're not part of the next round. If you have one, then you can go to the next round, and then we down select further and further till we come to about 20 candidates, and if we have 20 candidates left, then it's up to our Director General to make the final selection.
Okay, thank you. Team Firewatchers, you can go on with your second question.
What are the biological aspects that you need to pay attention to in order to maintain your health, also minimize the effects of microgravity?
Well, first of all, we need to maintain a very good hygiene. This is not different than here on Earth, but it's a little bit more difficult and different. The amount of water that you can use or in space to wash yourself and to maintain your hygiene is a little bottle, 33 centimeters, 1/3 of a liter. This is the amount of water that you can use per day to take a shower or to wash yourself and whatever. So this is a little bit different than on Earth, but it's sufficient. And for the rest, you need to do your exercise, you need to do a lot of sports. We do 2.5 hours of sports on the space station, and it's of course very important that you follow the protocols that the people, your support and medical doctors give to you, and that you follow this orbit and that you do all your exercise.
Great, thank you Team Firewatchers for your questions. We're now going to move on to Team Le Poisson from the UK. You can go ahead with your first question.
Okay, so hi, we are Le Poisson from London. I have a group, Salim and Tim, and our teacher, Mr. Durantel. So here's our first question.
So our first question is, what struck you the most during your first days on the ISS?
Well, again, what struck me the most is, of course, as I said already, the immobility of our planet, that's for sure. But secondly, from an operational point of view, is that it was nothing like I had seen in training, because if you do your training on the ground, of course, the modules are all very clean, and everything is nicely organized and whatever. But when you come to the International Space Station, you see that there's a lot more stuff in the ISS. And there are much more computers, there are much more cables everywhere, and you say like, wow, I didn't expect this, and it's actually quite difficult to find your way in between all these things that are on board of the International Space Station. This is certainly the first impression that you have when you come on board for the ISS.
Okay, Team Le Poisson, you can go on with your second question.
So the second question is, what are your thoughts on the journey to Mars?
Well, the journey to Mars, as I said, it's not for tomorrow. It's certainly not what the ESA plans are. And we will go to Mars, but in a robotic way first, to learn much more about the red planet. Our next big mission is the ExoMars mission. And then the one after that, we are planning with NASA to do a sample return mission, which will be an extremely complex mission, and we will bring a couple of 100 grams of Martian soil back to Earth. And the difference, of course, between bringing a couple of 100 grams just soil back and bringing an astronaut back alive is, of course, huge and enormous. so it will not be for immediate, but I'm sure that we will go there. I'm sure that, what I hope, that we will do it in international cooperation with all the countries from the world that can participate. And to be very honest, we had the first man on the moon, so I hope that we will have the first woman on Mars.
Thank you, Team Nicholasson, for your questions. We're now going to move on to Team Stithian's Rocket Code Club from the UK. If you can hear us, you can go ahead with your first question.
We're Stithian's Rocket Code Club. I'm Tom.
And I'm Helen.
And my first question is, what are the best and worst things about being an astronaut on the ISS?
The best thing for sure is that you can float, that you can look to our wonderful planet from above, that you are having great friends that you can work with on orbit, that you are supported by thousands of people on the ground that want to make the mission a success as much as you do. So these are all great things, and every single day that you're on board of the ISS, you have the impression that you have achieved something and that you have accomplished something. So these are certainly great things. What are the worst things or the most difficult things? It's you're away from your family. You cannot hug your wife or your kids. You're a little bit lonely there because the real life, of course, is here on the ground. If the sun is shining outside and you want to go and sit on the terrace with a beer and have a nice chat with your friends, you can do so. In space, it's impossible to take a little stroll and go a little bit outside. So that are certainly the things that you miss the most. It's the close contact with your closest friends, with your family and your kids.
Okay, Team Stithians, you can go on with your second question.
Our second question is, do you believe in the existence of life elsewhere in the universe?
I absolutely believe in that, because I always make the example of 500 years ago when Copernicus, the people thought that the Earth was the center of the universe and the sun was turning around the Earth and everything was turning around the Earth. And Copernicus, of course, he discovered that this was maybe not true, that maybe the Earth was turning around the sun, and it was seen as a very big problem for the church at that time, and a lot of scientists did not believe him, because people had the idea that we are human beings, we need to be in the center of everything, yeah? And everything is turning around us, everything is turning around human beings. If today we would believe that in this galaxy where we have, only in our galaxy, billions and billions of stars, and there are billions of galaxies, and we now understand with the Kepler satellite and other instruments that we have around every star, probably there are tens of planets around every star, like there are tens of planets around our sun. And we would still believe that we're the only ones in this universe. We would do exactly the same mistake. We would put the human being in the center and everything turns around us, not in the physical sense anymore, but in a, I would say, philosophical sense. We would still consider ourselves as the center of the universe, and it would be extremely egocentric, and it's not something that I believe in. So yes, I absolutely believe that there is other life in this universe. Can I prove it? No, I cannot. Will we prove it one day? I'm absolutely certain.
Great, thank you, Team Stithians, for your questions. So that has been our final question. Before we close out here, maybe I'll turn it back over to you, Frank, to give your final remarks to all of our students.
Well, again, I can only thank you very much for all the efforts that you have done to participate in this AstroPi challenge. Thanks for the great questions. It gave me the opportunity to talk a little bit about our life as astronauts, what we are doing, why it's important to fly to space. And so I wish you all the best in your future studies, in your future careers. And as I said, hopefully, maybe one of you will walk on the moon. That's at least the space dream that I still have.
Great. Thank you so much, Frank, for being with us today and for sharing your inspiring experiences with us and to all of the students. I know that everyone online today is very appreciative of your time for us. To all of our students, the AstroPi winning teams, congratulations once again, and thank you very much for connecting with us today. We know that you worked very hard this year, and we were all extremely impressed with each of your submissions, so big congratulations to each of you for being able to join us here today. So let's give a big hand to Frank.